We're live.
We're live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdy Up North podcast. It's a nerdy podcast hosted by Northern Nerds. I am one of your hosts, Sam.
Be cool. You be cool. Sorry. Yes, and I am one of the hosts, Paul. And join us tonight. We have the beautiful, delectable, the godlike, the wonderful. And no, I'm not talking about little Chris, but Jake. We have got the lovely
Thank
nerdy
you.
Jesus back with us once again. And
Yay!
I'm in a new place.
yes, and climbing out of his hobbit's hole, out of the darkness that was Top Grumps and the lightness that was Anime Club. We have Chris. How are you, Chris?
All right. Yeah, I'm all right.
All right. That's going to be his catchphrase now, isn't it? All right.
It kind of is. Oh,
Hey.
Yes.
But yeah, I need to say a big Nerdy Up North thank you to both Chris and Tooney from our community for helping me move house. Lugging everything, boxes, all the heavy stuff would have died without you. So thank you so much.
Isn't that just trying to work out where you live so they can rob you?
Yeah.
Because they are dodgy.
I was just going to say that.
I won't notice if you took anything because there's too much stuff everywhere. But yeah, what do they always say? Like, it takes a village, doesn't it?
It takes the nerds.
Yeah.
It takes a nerdy
Actually,
kingdom.
not to spoil the thanks, but I accidentally did steal a lighter from your house.
Yeah.
Accidentally, you think you are the lighter guy. I don't believe it that it was by accident. You would have saw a lighter, you little greedy little hobbitly hands were going to be lit up and go. Oh,
have we ever talked about Chris's lighters thing on the pod, like on air before?
Constantly?
I don't think so.
You can tell people. Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell people what you've been getting into, you weird projects. People like hearing about that kind of thing.
But yes.
So I've just wasted loads of money on eBay buying vintage lighters.
I'm trying to cause the Northumberland Great Fire again.
Maybe.
With these wax melts.
Well, it's not that. I don't mind him buying the lighters. It's the bit of metal he's bought, and he's going to make his own lighter. That terrifies me.
No,
That's the scary thing.
not.
Look at his eyes light up. The fucking fiend.
No, I'm sorry. You can't do that, Chris. You're not allowed.
But yes.
I've got a kit and everything.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
That is a worrying thought.
Well, Darwinism at its best. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I do have access to blowtorches and stuff, and I've been fine.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
Sometimes I do use it as a lighter.
Oh my God, Chris!
Like an action movie star, like like the A-Team or something.
Yeah. Just to apologise as well.
Lashes keep burning.
Yeah, but just to apologise to people as well. I know it might not notice, but it is going to be on my mind. I might be blinking a lot during this episode. One, I've been to the eye place to get eye drops in, and I can't see a fucking thing. I'll be honest. Everything is a blur, and apparently one of my eyes is fucked. So one eye Watson will be with us soon. We'll be safe.
One-eyed Willie. He really is going to live out that Goonie fantasy, isn't he?
What, driving pirate ship into the sewer? Is that the fantasy?
You can't drive, so you'll be giving someone directions.
Yeah. That's what captains do, isn't it?
Where is the octopus? It be deleted.
Yes. One thing as well I've noticed that YouTube started doing, I don't know why, but when you comment, when you comment loads, you get named either number 1, number 2, or number 3. So currently, Phoebe is number 2. I can't see who's number 1 or who is number 3. But yeah,
that sounds like a manipulation tactic to drive engagement, but that's fine by me.
Yay!
So guys,
it's not our choice.
Yeah. So guys, the more messages and comments you make, you can get higher up in the rankings and higher up in my heart. But yes.
Yeah, Paul will like you more the higher ranked you are.
The lowest ranking gets blocked, gets denied.
Is that
So Lee's gone.
Death by ranking, but that's how it is. Is that a new thing for Top Grumps now? Death by ranking coming soon. But yes,
apparently Lee is number 1.
Oh, Lee's number 1.
Of course he is.
So yes, Sammy, do you want to get the disclaimer? Because We might as well, because we're going to get cancelled tonight, baby.
Gonna get something.
Yeah.
Well. So, everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions and our opinions alone. If you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us on the Facebook page. Join the Nerdy Up North Discord, or come and join us in the comment section where we can have an open discussion. But what we won't have is anyone coming for us and telling us our opinions are wrong, because we can all agree to disagree in fandom. So, let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behaviour out of nerdism.
Yes. And this is an episode, I dare say, I thought we would never do. Not,
Really?
Yeah, because like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of certain work. I thought we might have done of individual movies or talked about certain aspects, but Sammy's been a trooper. Let's be honest. Like, let's everyone give a little round of applause to Sammy. She has been, like I say, the perfect sport, putting up with my little demands and me basically getting most choices. So tonight is a little bit of a like a celebration and a little bit of let's give Sammy her way.
Well,
yes.
I mean, you saw what I picked on for Slashoween, so
yeah, and that's why it scares me a little bit.
Pick a lot. Yeah, there's a reason I don't pick a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll take it. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. So yes, we're doing Tarantino movies, and again, to throw a little bit of a curveball in there, I didn't tell the chumps and chumpettes these rules. I just thought people would like get their own bearing. I'll try and work it out. I'll try and be clever. We're not just doing Tarantino directed movies or where he's prevalent in. It could be Tarantino starred in or Tarantino wrote. So he might not have any involvement. So I'm interested because I'll be honest, it's been a busy week. And like Jake was working his ass off yesterday at Nerdfest, bless him, being the promoter with the most and having the most personality I've ever seen anyone at a convention, especially at Nerdfest convention. Especially more personality, but more personality than Nasty Nick. We know you, Nick.
Oh my god, he's so miserable.
It's in his name.
Eat your fucking burger.
Eat your veggies. But yeah, thanks to anyone who said hi and chatted with us. The Castle Coven girls were lovely. I hung out with them all day. And the stage show was great. Lena and the Lions were proper class acts as well, so it was all good. But yeah, it was a bit scary. I can do better. first time jitters, you know. But yeah, thank you guys as well for all your support and whoops and claps. I could hear you, don't worry.
You couldn't hear us when we were leaving though, and we were going, Jake, why? It was when the cosplay competition was going on. We were all of us literally trying to get your attention.
I did.
From the other side of the hall.
I finally saw Becca at some point. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes. So the task was initially 4 Tarantino movies or appearances or thing, and we're going to talk about like which ones we've now. It's kind of migrated into one because we try to keep it secret, but Sammy's pulls were the most predictable. Let's be honest.
Obvious.
Chris was dying to tell us, as I found out during Anime Club. Him and Phoebe don't like to keep secrets, don't like to keep things. They like to have discussions before. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What?
They got really angry because I wouldn't tell them if I liked. They got really angry if I didn't tell them if I liked the movie before.
Oh my goodness.
Paul.
So yeah, it was quite funny. But yeah, so it's going to be a difficult one. We're not really going to go like round robin or just talk about like different ones. So the first one, I think we'll talk about his first movie, shall we? Let's go for it. Are you going to bark at me, doggy, all day, or are you going to bite? One of the most iconic, I would say, crime thriller. Basically, crime go wrong that you don't actually see the crime as well, which was quite interesting take. Reservoir Dogs. So this one is one of my favorite of Tarantino's. I've got the steelbook where the DVD came out where it's a gas canister, so you have to open the gas canister, and the DVD books are in a matchbook, which is So that was really cool. That was cool. But this was my first, I think most people's first introduction into Tarantino, because it was the first one he actually directed. When he was promoted, he had blonde hair and he was wearing Hawaiian shirts. He was like, "Who is this madman talking about this movie?"
Is it Jake?
Yes. So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this movie? What did you think when you seen this like back in the day, and like if you have rewatched it recently?
Well, I can quickly jump in because I had never seen it until last week
Mm.
when I did watch it in prep for this. But it's one of them ones like you were saying, Paul, where it's been really heavily referenced, like, you know, in The Simpsons alone. It's probably had like 3 or 4
Mhm.
like direct references. I mean, there's a lot of Tarantino in The Simpsons when you think about it, but yeah, like the ear cutting scene they did with like
Mm.
Itchy and Scratchy. So I was aware of some things, but I had no idea the story was basically like it's sort of like a bottle episode, isn't it? Where they're
Mm.
all stuck in the warehouse and different people come and go, but you sort of get this, you sort of gradually get the story piece together, like as it going, like, and
Yeah.
I super enjoyed it because it was,
Mm.
you could tell it was like the actors getting to just sit there with their characters and be like, okay, I'm having one-on-ones with each different like combo of people. But yeah, like it was, I was super impressed, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that referenced everywhere, like pretty much everything.
Isn't it amazing when you can watch a movie like that has been heavily referenced, and you're like, oh, I get that. Oh, I get that one.
Like I definitely knew where it was from, and
Mm.
then it must have just been like loads of directors like favorites back in the day, like, you know, people who were writing TV and stuff. They must have been wanting to put little pieces of this, but yeah. So I was a total newbie to this, but I'm glad I did watch it finally. Yeah,
I'm pleased.
I was blown away that well, like the writing and everything was great in this movie, but how lucky he got with this cast. Like,
yeah. Is it Harvey Keitel as well?
yeah, Harvey
Yeah,
Keitel.
Harvey Keitel.
He's pretty much like, I would say, one of the main guys, like him and Steve Buscemi.
Tim Roth.
Yeah.
Michael
Abomination.
Madsen. Michael Madsen, or as my mum's been calling him, Michael Manson.
A little different.
I had to tell her, like, very different person. Yeah.
Chris Penn as well.
Chris
I don't think Chris Penn doesn't get as much credit as he does.
I have said this. I have said this so many times about Chris Penn. In my eyes, probably a better character actor than his brother will ever be. I know he's no longer with us anymore, and that is so sad. But as a character actor, someone who could have really gotten his teeth into any single one of Tarantino's future projects. I love him. I think he's fantastic. Yeah, you've got a jinx.
She wanted to get
I'll have a
act.
binks shortly.
What about you, Chris? What did you think of it? Have you?
Oh, right. So to be honest, when I first watched it, I didn't like it, and then
I don't think I would have liked it as if I watched it as a kid, like, or like a teen. I think it's a bit too much of a thinker, because it's like all conversation like based.
It is, yeah. A lot of dialogue.
But when I first watched it, you get the scene, like the monologue about the tipping and stuff like that. I didn't get it because I didn't understand tipping anyway.
Yeah,
because I'm not in America, and I was just like, yeah, but it's grown on us. I do really like it now. But it took a while. Even the stuck in the middle you scene of the.
Which, like, you know, when you see parody versions like that, I built that up in my head. I was like, oh well, you probably see something, but it is like off camera technically. Like it's so, like it's fully hidden. But yeah, like I did like just randomly see like a TikTok thing where Michael Madsen was talking about that in an interview, and he said like they wouldn't let him practice the dance, and he just had to be like,
Yes.
okay, I guess I'll do this sort of thing.
I saw the same one because they put the radio on, and he's just like, I had to fight for them to put that radio on because I didn't have any music. I didn't know what song I was dancing to.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
And it's all that weird like 70s radio backdrop. It kind of like goes throughout the...
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Like, yeah, it's like it's in world, but it's also like part of the narration in a weird
yeah
way.
he's really good at doing that. One that we'll talk about later, he does it quite a bit. But it also gives me GTA vibes.
Yeah,
like massive GTA vibes.
I think GTA based its radio stations off this movie.
Had to have.
Yeah.
Had to.
It's definitely the kind of movie they would like pull liberally from and not really say where we're getting their ideas from.
Yeah.
What about
100%.
you? What about you, Sammy? What's your thoughts on Reservoir Dogs?
It's something that I can never remember how I watched it. It just appeared in my life, and I was obsessed with this movie back in the day. Like, this is something I would watch continuously. I named my hamsters after me and my sister got hamsters. She had 2 Russian dwarf hamsters, and I had one white one, and he was Mr. White, and yeah,
sense.
she got Mr. Blonde and Mr. Pink. Yeah, so it was huge. And then for some reason, maybe because I've been spoiled by other movies, this has taken like within him, like within Tarantino, that this will always take like a backseat to them. So if I'm like in a Tarantino mood, it's never going to be the first one I go and pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not particularly flashy or anything like at all, really.
But
apart
it's
from,
so good.
Yeah, apart from like the sort of intro with like the slow-mo walk with all everyone in the suits and everything.
Oh, how much do I want someone to push someone over in that moment?
But the rest,
so brilliant.
The rest of the movie's just in like a dirty, bloody warehouse.
But it's
not a Nike
so,
where I'm sitting tonight.
It's such a masterclass though when you really break it down, because you've got 2 parts of it. You've got the diner scene and then you've got the warehouse. And in the diner scene, you are getting a full masterclass of acting. You've got some of the best sitting around that table just having a conversation. And then you've got a kind of action-packed bit, like more movement and more being like taking up the space really well. I love if you are in acting, which I was back in the day, it is such a masterclass of like how to deliver lines, how to actually have a conversation with someone when it's all scripted, and it's not meant to be scripted.
Yeah, it's meant to feel all loosey goosey type thing, and it's like that kind of realization. But yeah,
they're all horrible people, but like over the course of the movie, some of them manage to sort of persuade you like round to their way of thinking, but then they usually like dash it like not long after, because like Steve Buscemi and Mr. Pink, I think, his character event like seems the most logical for a good long time, and then you're like, but actually he's ready to just like go off on his own and like steal the diamonds or whatever.
Oh, definitely. It breaks my heart though between Tim Roth and Harvey Keitel's character, because there was such a bond connected. It's not meant to happen, but within them moments, it's taken place in front of your eyes, and all I want him to do at the end is shoot Tim Roth in the head.
Yeah,
he almost does as well.
And I want him to do it, because it's like you've broke his heart.
Yeah, but you have that moment. It's like what Jake said before with the ear scene. You don't see it. At the end, he's got the gun pressed up. You hear the police come in, then it shuts to black, and it's like leaves you with that feeling. What happened? What kind of like? What is the situation? One thing I do love about Tarantino, and I'll go through this in many points in this, is he is steadfast in how he does things, and it's his way or the highway. He has came out and said all the films that he's either wrote in, directed, or been a part of are in the same universe. So Reservoir Dogs is in the same universe as Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is in the same universe as From Dusk Till Dawn. So the fact that, like, say, Michael Madsen's Mr. Blonde could roll up in the titty twister and get like, say, fucked up with vampires and stuff like that is just brilliant.
That was meant to be a play, like that was meant as something that, because it was going to be a case of Pulp Fiction and Vincent Vega's character, because Vincent Vega and
Mr. Blonde.
Mr. Blonde, that's it. Because I remember me and Michaela fighting over that character, because like over that name, we love like Michael Madsen and Now House.
He's crazy in this movie.
Yes,
but
he's
that
scary.
character. So Michael Madsen was cast in Pulp Fiction, and he was meant to be. It's not Vincent Vega, it's Mr. Blonde.
Yeah.
But at the time, John Travolta was having a very tough time, and he said this would be his comeback. This is going to help him. I'd rather do that than steal it for myself, and that's why you made Vincent Vega Mr. Blonde's brother.
The style in this as well, and again, people might not see the reference point straight away. The way Tarantino directs films and has scenes that go on longer than others, probably this is the reason why I am drawn to certain movies, as we'll find out. It's very Kevin Smith-esque. You can see Kevin Smith and Quentin Tarantino coming about at the same time. Their style of filmmaking is very much the same, except from Tarantino has a better eye and probably has better connections in like directors of photography than Kevin Smith does. Because Kevin Smith will admit his shots are shit, but dialogue-wise, it's very real. It's very easy, and they're not scared to have long scenes. Like as Chris said, the tip scene is just the most chaotic, interesting conversation, because I could imagine any one of us in that type of situation having that similar kind of conversation. And if someone having
run into that in the north sometimes.
Yeah.
People are a bit tight on the wallet.
It's so funny that you mentioned. It's so funny that you mentioned Kevin Smith, because they are really good friends. And whenever any one of them has done a project, they would Rodriguez and Tarantino would sit in a theater and watch the work, and they would sit and critique it. They would make notes through it, and they would sit and critique it, and then they would go away, and they would actually listen to each other. They're all the thing is with these three men, and I include Rodriguez in this, is the movie fans, and not just it's pure fandom. And Tarantino, out of all of them, knows his movies and knows how to reference them.
Yeah, it makes sense that you say there's a little bit of a shared universe, like loosely, obviously, but it makes sense because is everyone in his universe almost like loves to chat about fast food and movies or like TV shows or something.
Yeah, because that's all he loves to talk about. It's conversations he knows.
But before we move on,
Big Kahuna Burger and Red Apple cigarettes.
Before we move on to like the next film or the next choice, I just wanted to like there's two things that I do love the aspect of this movie as well. Well, one's controversial. The first one is basically the fact that to get this movie financed and made, he wanted to direct True Romance, but he couldn't. He couldn't do both, so he sold his script for True Romance to get Reservoir Dogs made. So that's why like True Romance is an amazing movie. It's actually one Nick, my wife's, one of her favorite films as well, and it's just again a powerhouse of dialogue, and you can tell Tarantino fingerprint is hugely on that. But and if he didn't sell that, we wouldn't have got Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
The other thing is, again, this has never been confirmed or denied either as well. The wouldn't to say it's ripped off would be a thing, but it there is heavily influence to this to a movie called City on Fire. It's an like it was an Asian movie done. Can't now. It was like back in the day. I had notes, but I can't fucking read them. But yeah. So it was basically for years Quentin Tarantino was fighting the backlash. Then he ripped off this movie, and he was like saying, "It's not ripped off. I was influenced. I used aspects and stuff like that." So,
is it a similar type of story with like a crime that goes wrong and then the sort of fallout? Okay, yeah, but I think when it comes to like sort of, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but like a lot of people steal ideas from like Japanese cinema and stuff. It's usually the same handful, like of like Seven Samurai, stuff like that. Like George Lucas has done it a ton. Like Star Wars is basically like half that at times. So yeah, like I think that's totally normal for directors to do, and especially when you're like translating it to like, oh well, this is American style, like this is like American mobster violence and sort of crime. So it is. I don't think that's a ripoff. I think it is literally what he says, like an homage or like a inspired by type of thing.
Definitely. So that was kind of like my first choice. So Sammy, with it being your pick, sorry, I jumped in ahead of you. I just thought we'd start with the first one as well.
No, that's totally cool. I just want to. We've just had a comment in the chat, and I just want to just pick up on it just a second. And I'm sorry that that's how you feel. However, oh Christ, it's small. How's Tarantino's dialogue amazing just because it's random? Not that it's random and misplaced. It's actually quite intriguing. It's normal conversation.
Well, yeah, but again, that's your opinion as well. So it's
of course.
I think he does use that on purpose though, because it'll be like characters in a crazy, stressful situation who sort of have a normal conversation. Like like there's parts in other like Kill Bill and stuff where he's like like talking to her as she's like bleeding out, but it's like a very normal conversation. So like I think it's like a sort of intentional tactic to sort of put the watcher off guard or make them feel weird about the situation.
But it's like everyday life. You can have a conversation with someone. You can talk like like a general like thing, or how's your day, what's going on. But then you can go off on a rant. I know, like having a conversation with Chris, most times I'm telling them that like I either hate him or I think he stinks. So again, that can be like seen as like a misplaced or weird
I think
conversation
we've
as
all
well.
had weird food rants as well, like in the Discord.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
me especially, like
and
being like fried eggs are superior. What do you mean Royale with eggs?
From
Yes.
them conversations, you can learn so much.
Do you know
about
what? I should have just
character and
I should have
person.
just left it to the actual pro. Phoebe's answered it and answered it so more elegantly than I would have. So with that, my pick is gonna be Kill Bill.
Wiggle your toe, Sammy. Wiggle your motherfucking toe.
But not on camera. Unless you're being paid like Uma was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
So-
$50 for you, Sammy. Wiggle your toe.
My toes aren't wiggling, by the way. I'm just not going to fucking show you. Yeah, this movie is incredibly special to me. I absolutely, and Paul knew straight away. Like
That's
away.
That's why I had to give more than, because originally it was just going to be 3 picks. I was good. Fuck it, I'll have to give him 1 4 because Sammy's going to pick 2 movies here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the what. It's for some reason it's the one that, and I watch it backwards. By the way, I don't watch it forwards. I know a lot of people will argue with us that 2 is that 1 is the better movie, but I actually prefer 2 over 1.
Wow.
I know it's weird. I get it. I do understand it.
But it's
But yeah.
interesting you're saying that because number 2 is more Western.
I know.
Because you
And
said,
it's so-
yeah.
Hateful Eight, I know, and the fact that I should be more gravitated towards the first one. But again, Michael Madsen's in this, Bud's in it, Bill's in it. I love a good revenge story. So, and I feel that's where the second one leads into more. Don't get me wrong, the artistry and the cinematography in the first one is some of probably the most best I have ever seen in a movie. The fact that he manages to use animation in it to tell a story and do it like something that is so traumatically terrifying and make it seem very beautiful.
Yeah, no,
it's super memorable as well, like because they use that style. It proper like sticks out in your mind, like those scenes, like when she's under the bed and like the actual word whimper comes out of her mouth, sort of thing.
Yeah,
she, like holds it back in, like that. That's like super like evocative and. Yeah, like how ballsy is that to just be like, I don't know, now we're gonna do an animated section just in the middle of the movie instead of a regular flashback.
And by the same people did Ghost in the Shell as well.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh,
is
so
it
cool.
really? That's so cool. I didn't know that. I love don't get us wrong on the first one. I do love the end scene where she is dressed in the Bruce Lee outfit.
Yeah.
I've had this figure I don't know how long. She's so old. She's lost her sword, but she comes everywhere with us. She's always sitting by the side of my desk.
So we're gonna put a call out now. If anyone in the world or in the nerdism has a Kill Bill sword for the model that they can donate to Sammy,
it's a McFarlane.
She'll wiggle her toes for you.
It's gotta be a genuine Hattori Hanzo sword.
Yeah, it's a
Very
McFarlane.
good.
Oh my gosh, that guy. Beatrice, my cat, is actually named after Beatrice. It's just that Anth didn't like Beatrix.
Right.
So we downed it to Beatrice, but yeah, she's. I don't know. It's hard to sometimes to put it into words. Why?
You don't have to. There's not normally a why. It's just basically that something that does resonate. But
it's interesting. Like I'm really like I've watched the first one like so many times, but I think I've only seen the second part like twice maybe in my entire life, and like I don't know what it is. Like I feel like I didn't need a finality to the story because I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I think from what I see in the first one, I'm like, oh well, there's no stopping this woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't end in a sort of bad state. She ends at like the height of sort of like revenge.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like it's so triumphant and everything. Like how it all ends.
Like kills Lucy Liu's character in the most beautiful way.
Yes, and puts that horrible woman on the phone call, like in the hospital, like with all her limbs chopped off and stuff. The one who's like mush
Sophie.
mushy, like throughout the movie.
Yes. Oh, Sophie. I always remember
Yeah.
her name. I went to see this in the cinema so many times.
Oh, that's
So
cool. I
many
only saw it on
times.
DVD, I think.
Oh no, I went to this picture. I was honestly obsessed was not the word. I went probably every other day to go and see it.
See, this was again naughty up north or dodgy up north. This was a bootleg's wet dream because when it
Yeah.
first came out on Snidey DVD, where you can get it, we got on the copy version the version that wasn't released in the UK till only about I would say about 5-6 years ago that we actually got this cut where because you know the fight scene with the hateful eight or the hateful is it the hateful eight, isn't it?
Crazy
Yeah, I
The
think.
Yeah.
crazy
Oh,
88.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the crazy eight. Sorry, I'm like going, yeah,
Yeah.
that one. I know
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, tricked me as well.
yeah, the crazy eight. To get that past the UK censors, that like the uncut version of that is about 10 minutes long, where it's cut down
Yeah.
to about 5, and it's
Yeah.
all in black and white. On the pirate scene, I get the error. It was uncut
Yeah.
and all in full colored glory, and people went nuts to try and get their hands on that
Really?
version because it was like, oh, it was almost like when the Matrix got released, there was a bootleg Matrix version where Neo headbutts one of the Agent Smith, and a headbutt was seen in cinema at the time as a really violent move. So they had to cut the headbutt scene out of the Matrix to get it the rating that it was. Otherwise, it was going to be a
Yeah.
15.
That's crazy.
So
There was a lot of that going around in like video games as well. Like there was like a couple of games that were like Wii exclusive, so maybe it was like a Nintendo like a Europe censor thing. But it was No More Heroes, which is like a very like a sort of sword fighting kind of nerd inspired. Like he has like a laser sword thing, and it's like all very bit like on the nose video game stuff. Like they had to make the blood sprays black in that for the European version, but in America they had the full red blood sprays and everything. And I think Mad World, the game, had a lot of trouble trying to get out. Well, that was in black and white, but the blood was red, and it was like this very like pencil drawn looking guys, but it was like hyper violence, and I think they had to go full black and white, whereas America they got like the blood version.
But
so like it's weird like what
yeah,
what
I
you
think
can and can't get away with.
it's like the Dark Knight with Batman and the Heath Ledger. That film has got zero blood in the whole movie, just so it can get through. Because they said if there was one drop of blood, because of how violent certain aspects, the pencil trick, how like Joker is with his knives and stuff. He said if there was one drop of blood, it would have got a rating above what it is, and it would have killed the movie for the audience because there wouldn't be like a PG rating or a 12 rating, so the kids could see that movie.
Yeah, you
what
have trouble like selling toys and everything. It just sort of ruins everything.
Well, we all know, we've all learned through, the movies that we've watched from the 90s that toys are important.
But what about you, Chris? What do you think about the movie?
I loved it. This was genuinely my first introduction into Tarantino. So I've started on this, then watched back, then forward. Because with this being a little anime obsessed teenager, I thought, oh, Crazy 88, and everyone was talking about the black and white scene where the eyes got taken out, and you were like, fuck yeah, I want to this.
That part's so good.
Yeah, there's so many good scenes in that.
I didn't even realize that there was a non-black and white actual version. I thought it was one of them playground rumors.
No, it definitely was. Yeah,
people talking about it.
Yeah,
and then it was like, oh yeah, I've seen it, but no one ever showed you it.
So, should have come to me. I'd have got you a copy.
Yeah,
he was the guy. he was the guy.
VCDs of the day.
But Phoebe's just made a good point. The Crazy 88 fight sequence is actually one of the best sword fight in cinema history. It is. Yeah. It is absolutely breathtaking, and I know we all know now that Uma wasn't alone in her fight.
I was going to say she's clearly not seen Chris O'Donnell in the Three Musketeers. I'm offended by that comment now.
She has the very great and uniquely amazing Zoe Bell as a stunt woman, but for the majority of it, Uma's doing all the hard work. If this movie alone didn't cement Uma Thurman as an action star, I don't know what would have.
Yeah, and I know we talked about the first movie quite a lot, but the second movie is such a shift in tone and a shift in pacing as well. Because the first one is basically just so fast paced, so like it was like a adrenaline shot. Like everything's just moving, going quick, and got some of the most craziest things. Like the pussy wagon is just one of the funniest things that you'll ever see.
Oh, but what leads to the creepiest fucking scene ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, even the sort of kitchen fight that we see like early on is like super well done and super exciting, and then they have to stop for the daughter coming in. It's like it's so good.
Well, seems as my other pick is Kill Bill 2. We could just like lead into that just to like.
And to be fair, any film that's got Daryl Hannah dressed up as a nurse in, I'm happy. Yep, just give me. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that was why I didn't like Vibe so much with 2, because I was like thinking like, oh well, we'll get like escalation and sort of more of the same, you know, like because the music is like the needle drops to like insanely good in Volume 1, like you know, like you just said, the Daryl Hannah with that like horrible whistling song that's kind of really unsettling and stuff. And yeah, just there's so many like amazing songs in it, which like Tarantino always picks good needle drops.
He themed it so well. So the first one is obviously heavily inspired by the the Asian side of the movie that he's doing. The second one, now this is where Rodriguez plays a huge part in the soundtrack. Soundtracks, these two are my all-time favorite. I don't think I ever skip a song when I'm listening to it, especially 2, because I love Rodriguez's mariachi and Spanish guitar. I think it's some of the most beautiful songs ever, especially the last song where the trailer's playing. It's always on a playlist. There's another one of my movies that Rodriguez is. I don't think Rodriguez is in it, but Down in Mexico. Great song. Anyways, what I was going to say is my favorite scene in Kill Bill Volume 2 is the chapel scene.
Right, all right. We finally see it.
Well, it's not just where you see it; it's the interaction beforehand. It's the level of intensity when Bill walks through the door to the conversation that they're having, and you feel quite calm, like, oh, it's going to be okay. It's going to be absolutely fine. Completely forgetting, you know what happens, and you know how it gets left.
Yeah.
And also, Samuel L. Jackson is in that scene. Just want to point that out.
The one thing about that always sticks out for Kill Bill 2 Volume 2, and it's probably down to my like fear as well, because I am very like hugely claustrophobic. When she gets buried alive in the thing, and she's just so calm, and she's just punching her way out of it, just going. It's like a callback to like the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch as well. And
I often think to myself, will that actually work?
No,
no, probably not. But I love it. But I love that moment, because that's the moment where you go back to her training with Pai Mei, and it's like,
where she basically meets like a 1960s like Japanese movie character, like Chinese cinema character.
Yes.
I was slightly worried tonight that Chris was going to dress up as that. I was like, is he going to be sure? I was like, because
I've been warned.
It's like the hilarious part is as well, like he's obviously like the classic like not evil but like harsh master. And they bring in like the wire work immediately like for him. It's like it's proper like, oh, this guy has special powers because he's from like a different movie basically. It's just it's so like on the nose, but again it's like a really good inspirational thing for
it really
Tarantino.
is. But it's also, it shows you her training. So when you get into the fight with El Driver, and them two are literally mirroring each other because they have been trained by the same person.
And
it's
the eye cluck move is
it's such a brilliant move though, to have that sequence play out, like to where you get the flashback, so you see the training, you see what she's going through, to then realize, oh, actually Elle was actually trained by the same person, and then that fight scene between them two, the fact that they literally do exactly the same moves on each other until she gets the upper hand and tacks her eye. It doesn't have to, I mean, that wouldn't kill her.
Tacks her eye, how northern are you?
It really, yeah. And that's a few
I've got a
times I've done that recently. But that wouldn't have been what killed her.
Right.
Maybe the snake that was left in the trailer might have had a good go at her.
But that's the thing. It's leaving it to the
that.
imagination. Like, did she survive? Did she know? It's like leaving you like not knowing.
She died. She died.
Revenge was gone. But no, I love
to.
that though, because it's like it's a proper like, you know, martial arts nerd thing to do, to be like, okay, I'm gonna put a specific move in the first volume, and then in the second one we're gonna show why that move is important, and then we're gonna bring it back.
And I love the fact that Bud, you know, him and the relationship between Bud and Bill, that it's the sword sequence. I know it's so stupid, and it's only like it's not even like a long thing, but when you realize he never gave up his Hattori Hanzo sword, it was always still there, and I was like, oh, brothers. But there's one bit that really knocks my husband, and it got brought up the other day when we were watching Superman.
So any nerds that's not from the North or from the UK, narcs means annoyed.
Annoyed. I'm so sorry.
He's got a really
Get a narc on.
I forget where I am sometimes and who's around us. Yeah, it really annoyed me. It was brought up the other day when we were watching Superman, because the end bit with Bill and her is just absolutely fantastic. Like, it is a pure revenge movie ending of all endings. But the conversation that they're having where he says it about Superman, and always hated it. Absolutely hated it. And the minute we watched the new Superman, he went, Bill can fuck right off. He was wrong.
Yeah. So interesting though, because which move would you use if you were trained, like say, with these martial arts styles?
The freaking five-fingered death, like the thingy where she
the five-finger death.
Yes, absolutely. Why she never pulled that one out? I mean, when she did pull it out, that was just absolutely perfect.
So Lee, can you clip Sammy saying she pulled it out? Just saying.
Also, I just want to say thank you to the last person who commented. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Oh, Sammy loves the compliments, bless her.
Do you know what? The conversations have been absolutely brilliant. Like, I'm not saying that the person earlier was wrong in the slightest. It's just it threw us because I don't, you know, I have a disclaimer for a reason, and I stick by it. And but I was like, oh, but like,
yeah,
okay, but I like this, and I don't want to not talk about it.
It's fine, you know.
Like, we haven't mentioned it, but like, he is like a pretty divisive figure, and he has like fallen sort of down in people's estimations, because like, it used to be like nerd royalty basically.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of a bit more of a shady thing.
Yeah.
It gets rolled up in a lot of like online sort of like, you know, everyone watching everyone's every move and everything they've ever said and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I do genuinely love his movies, but I always had a bad taste in my mouth after I found out the treatment of Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, especially Volume 2, and the car sequence, the car crash. They have kissed and made up, and but yeah, that did leave a really bad taste in my mouth.
I think it goes with everyone just in life, really. Like I say, people make mistakes, people do things they probably regret. Again,
I think like you see it a lot with movie makers, don't you? Like Kubrick's the same, where it's like they go like so hard because they're like, this is my dream to make this thing, and it has to be this way, you know, like the way I see it, and I'm gonna like bulldoze through everyone else just to get this shot and stuff. Like, so it's one of them horrible things where the movie doesn't get made without that drive in the same way, but then it's like, you know, could you have a good enough movie if you weren't like going crazy with your actors and stuff like that?
I didn't even realize like the Tarantino movies were like an like an issue for some people, because I come from a world of watching horror movies. So for me, horror is in, you know, gore and kills. It was just comes hand in hand with what I'm watching. So when I, you know, watch something like
do you want my opinion on Pulp Fiction? That'll get us taken off. So.
Right, let's go. Pulp Fiction.
Oh no one's picking that film. We're walking away.
Did no one pick it?
Hope not.
No, it's the one movie. No. Do you know what? I only ever watched it in its entirety for the first time ever only a few years ago, because every time I have tried to watch it, I fall asleep during it.
Yeah.
I had it on VHS when I was like a teen, but just because like everyone always talked about it, it wasn't like it was never like my movie. because I think it gets a bit too much into like the drug side of things, and that's never like an area where I'm like super interested in.
I
But
understand that.
it's interesting, like the way it's shot is super interesting, and sort of I do love like the characters, the build up. But again, there's some scenes that go on a bit too long that I'm not really interested in, like the sort of murder cleanup guy, like that
and
goes
the wolf.
on quite a while.
What was in the suitcase?
Who cares? No, to be fair, I might be a little bit salty about Kill Bill because someone in the Facebook group the other day said I wasn't intelligent enough to grasp Kill Bill. That's
oh god, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, was it not Pulp Fiction? You mean
Pulp Fiction? Yeah, sorry, that was the one.
Somebody said you weren't intelligent enough to grasp Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I know the idea behind it is like it's almost like the whole idea of Pulp Fiction. It's very much a time. It's loads of little stories within a bigger story, all mashing up, so it's kind of going thing. But the biggest story to me, there is not one. It's a lot of different segments of amazing bits of dialogue, amazing interactions, amazing performances, but doing that to a non-film or a non-story, to me, it doesn't feel like it went anywhere from start to finish. It's great. Soundtrack, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
Really
some of the best performance. John Travolta is on fire. Samuel L. Jackson. The whole Ezekiel speech is, and I'll bring fire down to you is one of just getting goosebumps. But the Bruce Willis bit, it's like the Marcel Wallace bit, getting bummed in the basement is just like, I don't really need that. It seemed to be like, again, this might be a common theme for Tarantino. A lot of violence, a lot of bad language. Again, I'm not saying I'm a prude. I've sworn a lot, but a lot of it unnecessarily used in this movie just for shock and awe. That's what it felt like, a shock and awe film. It's like, oh, I'm going to throw all these things at you. You're going to be sitting there going, but people describe it as genius. People describe it as a masterpiece. That's great. That's for you. But to me, I don't get it.
Oh, do you know what? That would have answered that comment earlier perfectly.
To be fair, whenever I've heard someone talking about Pulp Fiction, they talk about the moments like, oh, can you remember the Gimp scene? Can you remember? Do you know when he got the adrenaline in the heart and stuff like that? In his heart, you don't talk about the story. You talk about the bits.
It's moments.
Cool.
It's bits and pieces.
The butt.
Yeah. It's like I say. I just always used to fall asleep. I think I used to get to the adrenaline bit, the heart adrenaline, and now that's it. I am out. Like
it's very monologue heavy as well. Like there's a lot of just characters speaking to the camera almost. And I think you're right, Paul. I think sometimes because Reservoir Dogs is another good example where Tarantino's character in the movie is just saying some like proper like out of like pocket stuff where it's like, this is the kind of thing where you'd tell your mate to be like, oh, shut up, man.
Fuck off.
Like you're bringing down the sort of like, we're just here to have like lunch,
Yeah.
I think sometimes he wants to say that stuff because he clearly finds it like funny and he's a bit like juvenile like that. And it doesn't play to everyone.
Yeah, sometimes heavy dialogue works. But it depends on how you as the viewer are kind of gripped into it. And unfortunately in Pulp Fiction and in another one, I'm not. I'm not gripped into it.
I just feel bad because we were having about 20 views on us and lost 6 because I went on my rant.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Look at the views.
But yeah, so Kill Bill 1 and 2 was my pick. I had to.
Cool.
He knew I was going to. He didn't even have to ask. He knew straight away.
Yeah. What about you, Chris? We'll go with you. We'll leave Jake because Jake's always comes up with the fire and brimstone.
Well, I did pick Kill Bill as well, so it's done that. But my other pick is the even better pure revenge porn, Django.
I
love that. I love everything about it. I love the soundtrack. I love the story. I love the moments. I don't like Quentin Tarantino's shitty Australian accent.
Right.
But everything else, like Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like, was it Mr. Candy?
Yes.
Candy.
What a bastard he is.
Oh, but that speech though, Chris, where he smacks his hand on the table.
It cuts his hand.
It's genuine as well, like that. He didn't mean to do it, but he was so into it, and he's got this blood pouring out of his hand. He just keeps going with it.
Yeah.
This is Sammy's version of Aragorn kicking the helmet.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
He actually cut his hand.
He actually
But
put his hand on her.
I even like was it the head
Hey, baby.
the head slave? What's he called again?
Is it who's
Like
playing them?
Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
yes.
remember his name.
It's Stephen. He was called Stephen.
Stephen, that's
Stephen.
right.
Stephen.
And what a brilliant bastard he was as
Yes.
well. But at the
Yeah.
end where he's faking his limp, he's just everything about it. I love the twists. I love everything.
Well, originally that was not wrote for. It wasn't wrote for Jamie Foxx. It was actually wrote with Will Smith in mind.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually.
That would have been too silly for.
He wrote the whole
Stick
thing
to
with
Wild Wild West, man.
We're gonna Wild West.
When he originally wrote it with Will Smith in mind, and he took the script to Will Smith, and obviously Will Smith, he's very clean. He, this would not. It would have completely changed his direction of his acting. But yeah, he was like, no, and then so Quentin was like, shit. I've wrote a whole thing with him in mind, so that's when he had to go back to the drawing board and rewrite the character of Django, and then you got Jamie Foxx. And to be honest, I can't see anyone else but him playing that part.
Yeah.
It was just so great, and like his interaction with Christopher Waltz, like the Dr. King sorts, is so well done, and like it's so interesting as well. One thing I do think they get right in this movie as well, because this could have been like went so wrong in so many different ways.
It comes really close. I think like it rides the line. It does like fall in a couple of parts, I think. Like especially like I think Samuel L. Jackson's character's like really risky, and it doesn't hit all the way.
No.
Like, but yeah, I definitely know what they're trying to do. But yeah, like having the sort of balls to do this. But then again, he does kind of write himself as an awful character, and it's like, are you just writing it so you get to say the thing?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's really hard to like reconcile this one, I feel like. But it is really good, like all the revenge moments are like super like compelling.
But that's why I think, because if they try to keep certain things quite realistic, I think it would have been a more type situation. But when they've done the violence is so extreme and so over the top. Like the gunshots, it's not just like if someone's getting shot by a gun, it's just like poof. It's like the whole arm gets blown off, or the whole stomach just explodes. They kind of ramp it up to the extreme where it's like, this is not trying to be like say a history piece where that's where I think it would have been uncomfortable and would have been like
massively.
It's where it's like now it's like kind of like fantasy in a way.
In a way, I mean, and to be honest, there's a certain part that really pulls you back and go, oh shit, like they're taking the piss now, and it was the clan bit. Where
the hoods.
And the hoods. It shows you the stupidity levels of these people that they're all talking about. The fact that his wife had to make all these hoods for everyone. Fucking Jonah Hill's there as well. Like it doesn't bring you out of it, but it just reminds you that it's not like he knows what he kind of knows what he's trying to do here, or what he's trying to portray is the very dark side of American history, and also the fucking stupidity of how it was.
That just kind of jogged my memory, because in Reservoir Dogs there's like a meta commentary about like how torture doesn't work as well, isn't there? Like where there's a couple of the guys where they're like, oh, if you do this to him, he'll friggin' tell you anything, and then like Michael Madsen's guys like, I'm not doing this for like information, like type of thing.
I'm doing this for fun.
So yeah, he does try and like put a message in, but I think like it does sometimes get lost with like the silliness and like the cartoonishness. Is
that
Django
seat's put in there perfectly though?
Yeah, is Django the one, just jog my memory, where it kind of has like two endings, where it sort of ends and then kind of keeps rolling? And I remember people not really liking that at the time, thinking it should have ended at the first scene end up.
A bit like Lord of the Rings.
On Return of the King.
I knew you were going to say that.
What do you guys? But like, what do you guys think? Did you like when it like comes back? And I quite liked it too. Yeah.
I liked it.
See, I see this film as a pure revenge porn. It's like Taken. It's like what's it called with Keanu Reeves? The
John Wick.
John Wick. It's one of them films. So if there's more killing and bloodshed against people that have done them wrong, get for it.
Chris just wants to see all the blood and all the mess.
It's just isn't he really good at when he does revenge movies? Because obviously with Kill Bill and then this, the steps. And you as a viewer know each step he has to get to in order to, seek his revenge. And I love the fact that he's not treating us stupidly. Like we are able to like easily follow along. Like and again, like relationship building, how brilliant Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx is so brilliantly matched together. I don't want their bit to end. Like I love the table scene.
Yeah.
And then I just want the film to stop because I just don't want the next bit to happen.
It's interesting though, because like Christopher Waltz's character in this is because I watched this movie after I watched Inglourious Basterds, and how horrible and insidious Christopher Waltz's character is in that.
Still almost a little bit likable in a way sometimes.
Oh no, 100%. No, I kind of get behind that bit. No.
It's just the charm. It's the evil charm that he's got. It's so evil, but it's charming at the same time.
It's kind of what I was saying on like in Reservoir. It's like he does evil characters that sometimes almost trick you with their logic, where you're like, okay, that is sound, and then a few steps
you
later,
have to remind yourself.
Yeah, you're kind of like no.
I will not like you.
You have to remember Schultz wanted Django to kill that guy in front of his kid for a bounty. You've got to remember stuff like that, because all of the characters in all of Tarantino's films are morally grey. They just have good and bad moments in them. Where sometimes you're like, oh, I'm on his side now. Oh, yeah, he's a bastard.
That's such a good way of putting it.
Yeah, and how like
grey. I agree.
And how like Samuel L. and like characters in Pulp Fiction, like he's a dick. He's like an angry jerk, but you kind of like, but he is kind of right, like justified though. Like
he is righteous.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, he's very clever at that, isn't he? Like kind of just making it makes you think. With it's not just story thinking, it's people thinking as well.
No,
like,
I think as a character, I think as a character writer, he gets most characters like spot on. Like he gets the most interesting type of like bits. And again, going back to the person jumping in before, like telling us about it's saying stuff for saying stuff. No, it's like interesting. That character at that time would say something like that, and again, it's in every walk of life. I've got friends that would say something, one, to either to be antagonistic, or two, to be just downright offensive, and it's just like, oh shit, just shut, as we said, just shut the fuck up, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but then sometimes in like these movies, like they meet the person who will shut them up.
Yeah,
which is also fun to watch as well.
Yeah, and you can replay that moment in your head while you're telling this person to shut the fuck up.
But yeah, like I think you're right, Sammy, when you're like, oh, it probably is the first type of nerd movie that we watch where we're like, oh, this is really deep. And it's like, I think obviously we all know that there is like full cinema movies that do like all this stuff a lot better, but when you're a kid, you're not exactly going around watching like the classics and stuff. Like this is probably like the first step people take, and it's still popcorn. And we all know, like, we're not saying like Tarantino's like the visionary best cinematographer.
No, he's pure pop culture because of the he's a fan, and it's clearly evident through every movie he does how much of a fan he is and how much homage he pays to every genre he covers. Granted, he does cover a lot of the same genres, but he still pays homage in very different ways to each one of them. They're not all the same.
But I think, again, I know you said about different genres and stuff like that. He's in Hollywood, there's a lot of people that stay safe or stay like in the wheelhouse. He does branch out and try different things, or try different takes on different movies that he like. Yes, he does love, and he will like stick behind. But I think, again, not saying he always hits a home run, but he does take a lot of risks where a lot of say safe directors don't. The only other, again, I'm not saying to compare him to the same level as this director is just ridiculous. Like, but Spielberg doesn't just sit in the same genre. He'll do like horror in Jaws. He'll do like family scary in E.T.
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi, like Cinder's List, like real world things. He
My
takes
God, yeah.
he takes massive risks, and again, because of when we did the Jaws episode, because of how successful Jaws was being, he got final cut to do anything he wanted, so he was allowed to kind of make them decisions. I'm not saying Tarantino is anywhere in the same level or league as Spielberg, but the fact that he doesn't just sit like, I'm going to do a crime film, or I'm going to do like say a black exploitation movie in like Jackie Brown, like a western in The Hateful Eight. Like all these are quite like similar in tone, but in the genres themselves, they're massively gulfs apart of what the actual like media is as well. So, to give him that kind of kudos as well.
Kudos.
Yes.
Right,
So
are we on to Jake?
one to lovely Jake.
Jakey!
But that's cool because you just mentioned it, because I really like Jackie Brown. That is one of my favorites.
Wow.
And
Never seen it.
I think it's because it has all the amazing needle drops. And like you said, it's evocative of like the black exploitation stuff, but it's not as like over the top, sort of silly, and I guess that. And to me, it kind of feels like a more grounded version of like Pulp Fiction, where it is like a linear story, but you get that same sort of tension where, you know, criminals are sitting around chatting, but on this you've got like, because this is the one where it's about the flight attendant who gets caught smuggling money and cocaine and stuff, so she has to kind of go in, like ends up being sort of an undercovery double agent where she's trying to pin it on the guy. So you get all these awkward moments where like everyone is sitting in the same room and you're like, oh no, we have like the criminals and we have like, you know, the FBI people sitting, you know, and Jackie's unfortunately caught in the middle because she'll go to prison if she doesn't do this. And you just get all these great like character moments where it's mostly like in the apartment where you see like, you know, and Robert Forster is like so good. I've loved him in like everything I've ever watched him. He's amazing in Twin Peaks and everything.
It's a movie I've only ever seen once, and I generally can't remember any of it.
Not even the intro, not even the intro with the walk through the airport. Like it's so good.
No, and I'm so sad because it's Pam Grier, isn't it?
Yeah, Pam Grier is Jackie Brown.
I love Pam Grier. She was in Pet Sematary Bloodlines, and she was absolutely phenomenal. I'm very sad that I can't remember it.
If you do nothing, just go and look up the intro, which I think it's set to like the song is like 501st Street or something, but it's just so good, and it's just her like walking through the airport and like, you know, all the shots. It's mundane, but I really like that kind of thing where it shoots a mundane action. It's why I like Vince Gilligan and you know, like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, where you see the mundanity of like crime or like investigation, where you're like, these people do have to just sit around, like a stakeout is really boring.
There's times where reality needs to be played out in a way.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun when people can make that still exciting.
Is that where she's walking through the airport?
Yeah.
Right, yes. I can vaguely picture it. Bridget Fonda's in it, right?
Bridget Fonda, Robert De Niro. De
Niro's in it.
It's one of like Tarantino does like good cuts or good things. This is probably his slickest and most beautifully cut movie. Like literally from start to finish, this is just shot after shot of just cinema. Like even like the dialogue seems it's not over long. The interactions between the cast, like Bridget Fonda's character with Robert De Niro's is just mesmerizing, and
there's like a few mini stories going on together. Like you get these kind of interactions, but it's like you know, it all wraps up like, you know, perfectly, and I like it. It's really good. It was one of the first ones I saw, like, you know, like on TV at night when you're like, I don't know what this movie is, but
I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, like some of my parents' friends, I think, had recommended some of these movies. Like, you know, it was my dad's friend Christy who definitely gave me like the Kill Bill DVD at some point and was like, you need to see this. It's like, you know, martial arts and there's like blood everywhere. And I was like, hell yeah, like, let's give it a watch.
Jackie Brown. And I think Jake was like, when I was talking to Jake about like picking the like movies and stuff, he mentioned Jackie Brown. I was like, I'm so glad we're going to actually get to talk about this movie as well, because it's one of Tarantino's best, but it's his least talked about, which is crazy. At the time when it came out, there was such a buzz. I'm not going to go out there and say did it win awards, but I think it was talked about up there with the award season with things, just simply because my eyes are still blurry. I can't like I can't Google search it.
I'm not laughing at your situation.
No, it's fine. But
I think it's definitely worth checking out if people haven't seen it. I think it's got less weird stuff than some of the other ones we've talked about. You know, like less stuff that you like. You know,
no,
you
maybe
wouldn't recommend to people.
Yeah, I'm sad I've only ever seen it once.
Yeah, I think you'll love it with like a fresh set of eyes, especially like after all the deep dives you've been doing recently and stuff like that.
Exactly, and like absolutely appreciating Pam Grier on such an another level.
Oh, she's like immaculate in this film as well. Like, you know, that air hostess look as well. Like just like should wears it so well.
There's one scene in Bloodlines when she comes out with a shotgun and she just stands there for so long and she just goes, "I shot the dog."
One of the things about
I'm laughing already.
One of the things about Tarantino as well, like talking about the costumes in this and all these films, the costumes are always amazing, like on point for what the references he's trying to get. Like even if like going back to the one where I didn't like Pulp Fiction, every outfit or every like type of scene, everyone is done perfectly for what is
very slick, aren't they?
And the same with like Jackie Brown, because trying not to spend because I'm just realizing we could be on this a podcast for like 5 hours. One I wanted to talk about really badly, and I watched it before we did this podcast and I panicked because I was like getting in, I can't say anything, but I'm going to put it on. I didn't realize it's 3 hours long. Is The Hateful Eight. Which literally Sam texts us at 7:15 saying what time we're logging in. I was good, just after 7. This film finished at 5 to 7.
Like something I've done so many times before though.
But for a Western, a lot of people do give this movie hate, which is strange because Tarantino normally does it like a film and people go, "Oh, it's brilliant, it's thing." Very little action. This is very much like Reservoir Dogs. It's almost like a two set video. Like you get the journey to the haberdashery, and then you get in the haberdashery of what everything happens, and that's the only viewpoints you see. So there's very little things that go on. But the conversations between the cast, like the actors, like I'm just going to go through the cast as well. Samuel L. Jackson, of course, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tim Roth, Channing Tatum, Walter Gibbons, Bruce Dern, Michael Madsen, Zoe Bell, and like the few little parts like here and there. But fucking hell, like the conversations are so brilliant. Like not just because you think they're just friendly conversations. Each time these people communicate with each other, it's either a pissing contest or they are trying to antagonize the fuck out of each other to get a reaction. Because basically they've got two bounty hunters in Kurt Russell and Samuel L. Jackson. Kurt Russell plays the hangman, which he takes all his captives in alive so he can watch them hang. And he just basically is the most untrustful person in the world, where Samuel L. Jackson is a former, I'd say, major in the Yankee army, and and you get the whole North and South divide in this as well. And yes, the language is very hard to hear at times, very much like Django Unchained, or very much like the other movies. It is funny enough, Quentin Tarantino doesn't have a cameo. I don't think he has a cameo in this at all. But it is very much on the lines of an old Western in the vibe and like the outfits as well. But everyone is amazing in this. Jennifer Jason Leigh is just odious as this. She's called Daisy Domergue, where she's playing like a murderess, like hot, and she's part of like this gang who's like odious and horrible. But one of the things that stand out is there's a general from the South that's just sitting there, and Samuel L. Jackson's, and they were in a war together, and they have a conversation, and you start off because he's been really aggressive towards Samuel L. Jackson, and Samuel L. Jackson just downplays it till they have a sit down. And he goes, "We shared a battlefield together. Let's talk," and he kind of acknowledges them, and then he riles him up because he wants to kill him, but due to like law in the West, you can't shoot an unarmed man, or you can't shoot a man out of cold blood. So he puts a gun on the table, and because the old generals came up to try and find his son, and he's like saying, "Oh, I found your son. He came after me, and there was a bounty on my head." And he goes through a description on how he tortures his son, and ends up like saying, like with one of the most graphic scenes that Kevin Smith would be proud of, how Samuel L. Jackson made his son give him a blowjob just to antagonize this old general from the South. And you can see the anger, and it's just played out perfectly timed. But it's explosive, like how it ends.
That's
and
not what I thought you were going to say.
No,
I really cannot remember this film.
No, but it's just like everyone think that Michael Madison's in it as a quite a low key character, which is quite interesting.
He's I always remembered that. We watched it. Well, I think when it first came out, because obviously we were so excited for it. Kurt Russell was going to be in a Tarantino movie. Again. I can't remember if Death Proof come before or after this, but regardless, Kurt Russell was going to be in it. We wanted to watch it, and I was bored out my fucking tree.
Which I can understand. This is probably Tarantino's most dialogue heavy.
I feel like that now, but I probably wouldn't feel like that now.
Yeah, but at the
time,
it is probably the most dialogue heavy film he has ever made as well.
Just shut up, man. But however, I said this to Paul before we came on. It really opened my eyes to a certain actor who I just thought was a fucking joke up till that point, was Channing Tatum. 21 Jump Street probably made us think, yeah, you're funny. You're a funny guy. My name's Jeff. You're a funny guy. But then to see him in this and to stand amongst giants in the industry and hold his own it was brilliant. I really had a turning point at that moment. I went, oh shit, you can act.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done. But yeah, I don't feel like I would feel like that now if I watched it. A lot has changed between that Sam and now.
So she's grown. She's changed. Has anyone else seen it other than me and Sammy?
I haven't, but I've seen stuff inspired by it for sure. And I think it is like an old sort of like samurai type of thing where, you know, all the bounty hunters are collected in the cabin and sort of like plotting. Because me and you watched that Samurai Jack episode as well, which is kind of a similar thing where there's the four bounty hunters just like antagonizing each other, and then it's all over in like a second when like Jack shows up and like. But yeah, I definitely do want to check this out. Just totally ran out of time. But sorry, Chris, I sort of interrupted you there.
No, it's fine. I was just saying I don't know if it would be my thing.
Really?
One, because of the runtime, which is 3 hours, which I've only got 3 films over 3 hours that I'll gladly watch. With it being dialogue heavy, I mean, I don't mind that sometimes, but if it's that passive aggressive, everyone's trying to rile each other up and playing games and stuff like that, I'm simple. I kind of need a bit of action to have a break in between that. Because I don't know if from my films, like there's Kill Bill and Django so far, they're pretty
straightforward.
bloody.
Yeah. There is a lot of blood in this.
Smart enough to understand it.
Like when Kurt...
You say that though, you so give yourself a discredit because you say that, and you watched The Maltese Falcon, and I generally, honestly, didn't think. One, I told you didn't have to. We could have done something else. And two, I didn't think you were going to enjoy it at all. And you, from what I remember, you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was class.
So, but it's very. But it's very, it's not like, it's not obviously similar, but you if you remember how not bad, but how hard it was to keep up with Humphrey Bogart at times.
Yeah.
You managed to cope with that.
I know, but not for 3 hours.
You'll watch fucking Lord of the Rings, but not give that a chance.
The way
there's no orcs.
Half of that's battles.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right. You just said orcs, and I was like, okay.
I think the reason why I like this is the continuity in the movie as well has done so well. Like there's things like at the start when they're going into the haberdashery, the door's broke, and it's like, oh, you've got to nail down the door, and it's just hilarious how they all chime in saying how to get the door shut. So you can't use one plank, you've got to nail 2 planks. So anyone who comes in, they've got to go through the thing. Then in the final part, when you see the gang, like how they kind of took over the haberdashery, how they broke the door, and then why the coffee is shit and stuff like that. But there's a bit of murder mystery in there as well because there's someone poisoning the pot and they're trying to work out who's the poisoner and it's kind of like Samuel L. Jackson's kind of working out who is part of like say Daisy's gang as well. It's like there's someone here that's not what there should be. So there's a lot of playfulness to it. Yeah, there's a lot of playful.
I'm like, have I actually watched this?
But there's a lot of playfulness to it. But again, it just depends because I was brought on like my dad loved John Wayne films and stuff like that. So these are the type of westerns I was brought up with. Some I love and some I can't stand. Like the remake of True Grit with Jeff Bridges, I absolutely adored. It is so well done, so differently to what the John Wayne version was. And again, this is a similar vibe. It's very slow. It takes its time. It doesn't feel like it's rushing. And again, sometimes that's great because again, not saying Kill Bill is bad. You're rushing to get to certain things. You're rushing to get to the fight scenes. You're rushing to get this. For this, you're just like, this is really an interesting story.
You're happy to take your time with this.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is interesting. I'm wanting to see how this kind of plays out. And it just, again, it's quite an interesting one there. So I wanted to mention that because I spent 3 hours today watching it, so I wasn't going to let it go.
Yeah, you deserve that.
Yeah.
Did anyone else pick anything other than what we've talked about?
Yeah.
What?
I've got another pick.
Go on then.
Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which it was written by
Titty Twister.
Wasn't that? Yeah. Which is what's he called? One of Cheech from Cheech and Chong.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Savini, man, fucking sex machine.
That was my first introduction to Tom Savini. So do you know when you did the Monsters episode on him?
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that Sex Machine?
That is Sex Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the ideal experience for this movie where I just channel flicked onto it and didn't know what it was and didn't know I didn't know the twist or anything.
Oh really?
Yeah. And it was like proper middle of the night, like when I was like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 or something. I'm just like, okay, what okay, things are happening, vampire things are happening.
I just generally I can't remember how I actually ended up watching this. Yeah. It probably was around the time of getting into Kevin Smith and seeing Dogma, and then obviously Selma Hayek's in it, and then the Tarantino thing, and I can't remember.
We haven't really talked about the feet yet, have we?
Well, in one of my movies, The Pigs, it's how it opens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like, I think everyone who talks about Quentin Tarantino's like foot fetish, they refer to the Salma Hayek scene where she pours beer down her leg.
It was tequila, wasn't it? Yeah. I got the same type of experience as Jake, because this movie, no buzz came about it. There was no kind of like big trailers. There was no hype at all. It kind of just came out of nowhere. It was built on the back of George Clooney, because this is the first movie George Clooney did out of ER. This is
the transition. Can he not be a doctor anymore?
So this was him coming from ER to
a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
Did it get
honestly,
that neck tattoo, I think everyone like in the 90s kind of tried to grasp on it and try to do it.
Tribal was so huge. I'm so glad I didn't jump on that train. I don't want to be hiding that now.
But yeah, it's so iconic with like certain scenes, and again, it's I would put this up there with The Sixth Sense, with kind of like, if you don't know the twist, it's completely left field, because you've got this like two people that's caused this robbery rampage where one of them is so unhinged and just disturbed in Quentin Tarantino's character, and we've got the other one who's switched on, but he's just a bad guy, but he's not off the rails bad. He'll do anything he can for himself and his brother, which you kind of can relate to in a degree. But that whole switch when they turn into vampires, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it kind of, because that could have been like, because it was so intense up until this point. Juliette Lewis is absolutely astounding.
She's
in this
a child. She's a baby.
And then the twist, this could have went so wrong. It could have went so well. It could have spoiled all the tension, all the kind of like feelings you had there. But it kind of ramped it up, and it took it to level of like things like Lost Boys, and like that was the kind of the feel. And God, I know Sammy's not a big fan of Lost Boys, as you'll find out soon. But yeah, it kind of gives this movie such a level and such like an unexpected vibe that I was like, this is just brilliant.
Because it's great as well, because like if you don't know the twist, the title doesn't give it away either.
No, it doesn't.
But then once you know the twist, you're like, well, of course the title
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
It's so good. It's such a good idea to be like just on the like the cusp, but like not giving it away.
Talking about sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, talking about great openings to films as well, I would say From Dusk Till Dawn has one of the greatest openings to a movie in that drugstore at the garage, where the sheriff comes in and he's talking to the guy, and you think, oh, it's just a normal conversation, and he's just going to the bathroom, and then it just goes hyper. It's like, fuck, what's going on? George Clooney's pointing guns at people. Tarantino's got some females wrapped up in some kind of bandages.
Why does Tarantino look like a fucking serial killer?
Also, the balls on Tarantino to say that he's George Clooney's brother.
I know. He definitely does love to live in a fantasy, doesn't he? Like it literally is. Then and you lose your train of thought, and you kind of like creating like shit in your head. It's like Tarantino just makes it into movies.
But that's the thing I can't quite tell though. Like, is he self-aware enough to be like, well, it is a joke that I would be like his brother?
Yeah.
Because like in Reservoir Dogs, he's horrible in that as well, and he gets killed in a really like stupid way, and I'm like, okay, well, so is he on the joke where he's appearing in the movie and making himself the worst character on purpose? But I'm not sure all the time though. Like
I would like to think so, but talking about costumes, the makeup work.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, Tom Savini's involved in it, and it's gonna be good, but it is some of the most beautiful. I am not, as you will learn, I am not a big vampire fan in a way. I don't mind them, but I'm not.
These are like feral vampires as well.
Oh, and it's so different, because I think this is what annoys me sometimes, is how basic they can make a vampire when they can really go quite in depth, and they really like Selma Hayek. Fucking hell, even as a vampire, Jesus whiffed. She looked absolutely beautiful.
Did you see? Can you remember the band as well when they turned
and they're playing the guitar?
They've just got instruments made out of like,
as people. Yeah, I'm like almost.
But one thing I do.
It's my second favorite vampire film.
Yeah, I don't think this film gets enough due, and again, probably it's Halloween time. I'll do it. We'll probably do an individual episode on this, but the ending to this movie as well, because you think the twist is the vampires, but the ending when you see the back of the titty twister, and you realize how long this has been going on. Like the piles and piles and piles of truck drivers and stuff, and the fact that like when they go into the titty twister, they only allow truck drivers and bikers in because they know if they go missing, people don't care. That's kind of like the message, but it's such an amazing experience, and everything in this movie is so well done. Like Harvey Keitel's character Preacher, that's lost his faith, is just
Keitel's so brilliant in everything, though, isn't he? He just oozes class, that man.
Yeah, he's just like, he's got one of those like super charming, like you'll trust him, like
I trusted him in Thelma and Louise, and if I was one of them, I'd have jumped out of the car. He's just the man oozes class. He's just absolutely fantastic.
He's the devil in Little Nicky as well.
Like, oh shit! Do you know what they were saying? I love him in Little Nicky, and I'm like,
what? He's full on Satan. Totally, but again, he's charming.
He's charming. Who's he in Planet Terror? And that's not Quentin's. That's Rodriguez's. Can't think of who he is.
Yeah, the whole what was that called? Sorry, I'm blanking.
Grindhouse.
Yeah, the whole Grindhouse thing was like super interesting. I don't know if I liked all of it, but there was definitely like parts where I was like, oh, this is real good.
What a beautiful segue. Because one of mine is a Grindhouse movie, which was Death Proof. I did this on Monsters last year. We did the Planet Terror and Death Proof, and Death Proof is my favorite. I absolutely love it. I love the two sides of it, and then the fact that you meet in the middle with Kurt Russell. he's fucking terrifying in this film.
Yes.
Like genuine Binks, no.
I think the whole
you.
violence in Death Proof's like the idea of Stuntman Mike in that car, putting someone in the back of the car that's got like just it's built to cause pain, and the idea of being smashed around, not being able to stop yourself is, again, it's a very terrifying concept.
It is, but he's so nonchalant about it because it's Stuntman Mike. What does he do? He's a stuntman. Yeah, he's so nonchalant about it, especially when Rose McGowan gets in the car. He's just like, yeah, it's a stunt car. So you wouldn't really have a seat there because you would have a camera there. You wouldn't have, and he's so matter of fact about it. And when the girls on the second lot get I mean, I love the crash scene. It's probably especially the song Hold Tight, which whenever the song
was that the crash scene there, Sammy?
Yeah, I can't believe he's just done that.
It's fine.
Do you know where he's jumped to?
Where?
The back of the chair.
It's fine.
He's jumped from the table right to the back of the chair, which is literally
Stuntman cat. Stuntman cat.
Stuntman Biggs.
You don't get action like this on any other podcast.
I think I've scared him. Yeah. Sorry, the crash. Hold tight. Jesus, Binks. Yeah, I'm lost now.
That's Binks' favourite scene too.
I love that the song. Dozy Deezy Beacon Mitch and Titch. I can't ever say the whole band name. Jungle Julia, who's played by the great Sydney Poitier, who was the daughter of Sydney Poitier. Again, you talk about feet. Opening scene. You've got I can't think of her name. But the one who plays Butterfly, you've got her feet on the dashboard as the title screens are running up. There's a lot of feet in this, actually.
Yeah, I always find it interesting, having Kurt Russell as a bad guy as well, because in his career, he's probably played a handful, or even less than a handful of bad guys, because he is someone that you want to love, and he's got that kind of charisma and charm about him that it's difficult for you to actually think bad things about Kurt Russell, but he does play this one so well. At the start you think, oh, he's not so bad, but he the things he does is so horrific and horrible, and he must plan it out and do something so well.
Yeah, because he was following you see it you don't see it in the first one. You just see that he's always there. If you are looking and paying attention, he's always there. He's in the bar when they're having margaritas. You just see him as a blurry shot. But in the second lot of girls, you can see that he's been following them for a while because he's taking photographs of them. He's not. I don't believe he's in the calf because that whole conversation is just focused around the girls, and Zoe Bell obviously is just phenomenal in this movie. The fact that she did the ship's mass on the car for real is just mind bending. It's just mind blowing. But the fact that they decide they're not actually, these group of girls aren't going to take it and fight back.
Yeah.
Is just brilliant. And Rosario Dawson's end kick in the face is just chef's kiss.
I love anything Rosario Dawson does as well. She made Clerks 2 so much better, but yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I just can't see Santa from the Christmas Chronicles being a bad guy.
Yeah.
My dad would say exactly the same.
There's a lot of people that say something different about the Santa from the Santa Chronicles. I know there's a few women in the Nerdy Up North group that got very attracted to that Santa as well.
No, not Santa. You can't
not Santa. You can't. No, I agree. But yeah,
Chris is getting Jake's saying no to perving on Santa.
This was probably the only time because when me and Anth first, we don't do Valentine's Day, and I think the first two was the only time we've ever exchanged gifts and cards, because it's a new relationship. If you're 18 years down the line, you couldn't give a shit anymore. But this was a gift that he got us, was Planet Terror and Death Proof on DVD. I love Planet Terror is so good.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Death Proof just hits a completely different note with us. And it could be the whole feminine, power at the end.
No, cool.
But yeah, Death Proof is one on my list, and it was such a great segue when you mentioned
Grindhouse.
That's awesome though, because I feel like when that came out, people were really down on Death Proof. So like, oh, that was like the
That's such a
disappointing
shame.
half or whatever,
Yeah.
like type of thing. But like, I didn't like Planet Terror that much because it's a bit too splatterfest for
Yeah.
my liking.
I do like it with what do you call him? Little what's he called? Ray. El Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a Jake. I didn't get the vibe of Planet Terror as much. To be fair, with the Grindhouse, I loved Death Proof as a standalone movie, but for me, Grindhouse lived and died by the trailers in the middle. Like we got so many different things. We got Machete, a Machete in space.
The Machete movie was pretty good. I did enjoy that.
I thought it was a lot of fun, and
yeah.
I genuinely thought that was a lot of fun. But yeah, the trailers were really good.
Mm.
The whole idea of it was just pretty special. It was just a very different at the time. It wasn't being done, and a lot of people I genuinely didn't know until I did Thanksgiving last year that was a Grindhouse trailer as well by Eli Roth. I genuinely didn't know that. And then Rob Zombie did SS Werewolves one, which is again fantastic, crazy. You don't like it?
I'll stay away from that one. That's fine.
I think, like, it's fun for us as well because it's a very like American like concept that was not kind of a thing in our like lives. But it's fun that we got to like get a little taste of it because people were like brave enough to be like, let's do like a weird. It's more of like a cinema event, really, isn't it, than just a couple of movies stitched together and stuff.
I was good that. I know in America they did the whole two-parter. In the UK,
you could watch it all. Yeah,
the UK they split the movies up, so you had to see Planet Terror or you see Grindhouse. You had to wait for the actual DVD to come out, and even then, the first DVDs that brought out were Planet Terror, and I think it took them a while to release the Grindhouse edition. But like Jake said, when they did, because I think they did do a few screens, but it wasn't that many. Like because I think when they tried it in America first, it flopped a little bit because nobody was sitting through two movies, so they changed it for the UK. But I remember that. But yeah, such a great idea, and like again, a brave choice to try and change the mold or bring something different to what's like not the norm that comes out. I don't know.
There, Chris.
Yeah, don't think anyone can see. I'm just playing with my feet.
Just playing with feet.
The fact that you've got more sitting behind you, that's the worrying thing.
He's got all the feet. He's a little. He's a footman. That's what his name is now. So
no, please no.
So I know not many other choices to make. Well, Chris did my final choice with From Dusk Till Dawn. That was the one I was going to discuss as well. I don't know if I know probably Sammy's got one left up her sleeve. I don't know if yous have got any more.
I would just say like a shout out to Inglourious Basterds because that's like that's also a fun. I know we like quickly touched on the baddie, but like Brad Pitt's hilarious in that one with like
so good.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, that again is like another sort of revengey fantasy thing, but it's like it's got a different flavor and like I would never have expected like Quentin to do like a wartime sort of thing either. It's like that was definitely unexpected, but yeah, that's a fun one if you like see some Nazis get killed.
I love the
scene in that though.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
That's special.
The commitment to it as well, because a lot of movies or filmmakers would have just done it all in America, like in an English, like speaking, but using like the German language and using French as well, like to mix in to give it a little bit of authenticity, but then again ramping it up to the degree like. The actual Bastards having Eli Roth in it is just hilarious. He's like, let's be honest, he can't act for shit, but he's funny.
He's not intimidating at all.
Yeah, he's a really weird one. Like, like again, I can't tell if sometimes it's intentional with him, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not intimidating at all. He comes up to me with that baseball bat, I would laugh my ass off.
But again, like Django, that one could have went so wrong, but I think having like Brad Pitt be so over the top and being like a Nazi killer, like that was the whole premise. But what's he called? Michael Thingy Fassbender in as a British.
Michael my god, that whole scene when the in the bar.
Isn't it that instead of with a finger scene? he's asking for ice or something.
Yes.
When he holds up the wrong finger, that's how he gets.
Yeah, that's how he gets caught out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael Fassbender, and that is absolutely. I mean, I've never come across a film where I've not enjoyed Michael Fassbender. But it being introduced to Christoph Waltz in this, like, I don't think up until this point we knew who he was.
No.
Yeah, people talk about like that scene all the time as well. It's like it did become like legendary.
The opening scene as well is it's
the opening
one, my God, you can't breathe in that scene. Like you are
it just makes
your breath is like completely held. And again, it's another movie where at certain points, just like in Django, and I think Paul touched on it, was that it kind of there's moments where it does take you out of it to make you remember it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's just a movie.
It's just a movie, people. I've kind of changed history in a way. But it's just a film.
Well, he's used to doing that, and we might as well talk about the final film where he does actually change history because
mine. So that was so good. That was my pick, which you already knew.
Yeah, I knew you loved this movie, and again, I've got a love-hate with this movie just because there's aspects I think I liked, but with him changing certain things, I was like, oh.
See, I didn't take that
kind of took the comfort level out of it, I think, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can understand. I've been at the time, Ryan Murphy had just brought out Hollywood, and he completely fucking changed history. I mean, he really turned it on its ass. So it was but I kind of got it. I was like, oh. There's moments in there I was like, oh, I really wish that did happen, and I really
do you want to give the movie? Do you want to give the movie title as well for people?
Oh, sorry, that would be helpful. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah.
Which is 5 hours. No, it's not that long, but it feels 5 hours long.
It's not that long, but it has at the ending of it, it has a moment in there where and especially for someone who knows so much about the actual crime itself, where the whole that ending scene, that whole fight scene is amazing. But at the end, where it's all said and done, and we know we're still in Cecilia Drive, and she comes down to the intercom, and she's still alive, and it's like, oh my God. And I remember being in the cinema crying, going, that never really happened. She didn't get to have that conversation. But I kind of got it. Like, I was quite happy that it was there, and it was a little bit like heart touching. I know certain family members, and it got nothing to do with their Tates, did not like this movie. The Lees just.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the whole Bruce Lee thing.
The Lees did not like this movie at all.
Yeah.
But he got a lot of help around Hollywood, a lot of the back scenery, the costume, like not costume, but the clothing, the whole thing is so accurate to Hollywood at the time. He really did do his homework on this.
Yeah, and Brad Pitt again is amazing in this movie. It's just, again, I know I'm not going to slate it, but there's certain things like, again, there's things that happen, like the Tate murders is one of the most horrific moments in history, and to try and change it to say, oh, this character Clint Booth saved Sharon Tate by taking out like the people because they went to his house, and I was just like, oh, that felt bad taste. And then having Bruce Lee as basically an arsehole fighting Clint Booth, and the fight was interesting, but I was like, oh, I can see this going so wrong, like people being offended by that, like especially as you said, the Lee family with someone who's so loved and portrayed. And again, not saying they were poking fun at him, but it felt almost to that degree.
They were poking fun at him. They were. That's how it looks, and that's how it felt. And I can totally understand where Shannon Lee is. It was Shannon Lee who was the daughter was very happy with it. I have not heard anything from the Tate side. I don't know how they feel on it. I know a lot of I don't know if historian is the right word, or fanatics with the Manson murders. I really do hold a candle to this film. They actually really appreciate it. It's the fact that it's the comeuppance of the Manson family, which in the style that it was done in was like quite, oh, I really wish that fucking happened.
Yeah.
And a future Elvis Presley was one of them.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's Tex Watson.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Austin Butler.
That's it.
Austin Butler.
Yeah.
It's like a super strange one, isn't it? Because like it comes back to that whole like celebrity thing where it's like, if you become famous or a celebrity, do you forfeit any kind of like way to stop this from happening from someone telling a story involving you because you're now a public figure? Like,
Yeah.
like technically, yes, you can, make up stuff about Bruce Lee and that, but should you? Like, that's the thing, isn't it? It's one of them.
Yeah, should you?
Yeah.
Should you really? Is he the one you really want to go for? In the whole mass of Hollywood and how fucked up it is he the one that you want to go for in your film? Because I'm sure there's fucking a plethora of them out there who would deserve it more.
Because this came out the same time as Disney released the Pam and Tommy thing with Sebastian Stan, and again,
that was so bad.
It's kind of like, oh, fair enough. You're not basing it. It's loosely based on the what's it called, the magazine article by I've forgotten the name of the magazine now. That was based on that article rather than what actually happened. But again,
it's Hollywood Babylon.
Yeah, but it's the conversation. It's like, do you make things for entertainment that's going to get like entertain the masses, or for the people who's lived that situation or lived that thing to make them feel relive it or and again, to me, it just felt like off in that aspect. There's again, if they were going to not say do it true to life or true reaction, if you're going to tell that story, tell it how it's happened. That to me,
I think you run the risk of people being like, oh well, this is what happened, because they don't know any different. And then that's when it gets weird, when people are like, oh no, like they survived and all that, and it's like, this is odd now.
See, I kind of I don't know how to explain it, but I kind of got it in a sense. Tony's just said that Tate sisters actually approved of the movie to the point where they actually give the Sharon's jewelry in order to be used. Because
I don't know how they brought themselves to watch something like that. Really, that's insane.
Maybe because for so many years they have seen nothing but remake after remake of Helter Skelter, that it was one time that somebody was not only Sharon's name was going to be out there, but it wasn't going to be a case of that murder was directly linked to it. So it was something I don't know. I don't know if that's.
Can I just say though, Margot Robbie was amazing in this movie though.
She was stunning, absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this is where this is Margot Robbie. I know she's done some great things, stepping out of like the Harley Quinn kind of thing and doing something again, not the natural. And I'm not saying don't watch this movie or this movie's bad. Give it a go. It is a thing.
You got to decide for yourself.
I really think you do. The way that I look at the whole Pam and Tommy thing is, they exploited a woman once. They did it again twice with this. They didn't even ask for Pamela's permission to do the whole show. Whereas I know the Bruce Lee family, they didn't like it, but they didn't try and stop it.
Yeah,
they could have quite easily tried to stop it, and they didn't. They allowed it to go ahead. And now I know that the Tate family approved of it. I feel like there's such a fine line of exploiting.
No, I don't think it is exploiting. I would never use that word.
No, because I think when it's a public figure,
I don't know if that's the right phase. Though.
I think when it's a public figure, it's hard. Like, it's not really exploiting. But then again, the Pamela Anderson thing is totally different, because she's come out publicly and kind of like, wanted to put that part of her life behind her. So you would have hoped that they would have took some of that into account, but
you would have liked to, like, this was probably one of the most darkest periods of her life, and it's completely getting shown again while she's trying to transition into the beautiful woman that she actually is, and not this, imaginative figure that she was trying to create for herself.
That a lot of boys couldn't get over the fact that she's not anymore. She's but no, I didn't want, like, because I know this is your pick and you love this movie. I don't want you to think, oh, no one should like love this film. Certainly not.
Everyone has their own different opinions, and I get it. I honestly do get it, because I remember when I watched Hollywood, and I was because Hollywood. I mean, I'm not joking. Rock Hudson is allowed to be openly gay in Hollywood. That didn't fucking happen. But I didn't know how people were going to react to it. Whereas for me, I was like, I wish that could have happened.
Yeah, and I love that perspective, and I think that's probably where the innocence of Sammy comes. Where I'm like a bit naive, not naive, like trotted on and like
Cynical.
cynical. Yeah, that's probably the best. Jaded to the world and like everything's shit. But no, but yeah, it's just an interesting. I'm glad we left that one to last because I knew that was going to be an interesting conversation to have. Whether because I don't want to get in the ground saying, "Oh, I should never make this movie." No, it's a story. Everyone has the right to tell a story. It's just again, there's certain aspects, and again, probably will be having a similar conversation soon when the new Ed Gein thing comes out and the views certain aspects. Is that going to be shown in a different light, or the same kind of conversations when Dharma came out as well? So
I do wonder sometimes if it's just because we've got like obviously the internet, so we're hearing a lot more people's opinions. And I know in past times people thought TV characters were real and would write them letters and things, or like complain in magazines about them. But I think sometimes you don't hear like the writer or the director's perspective on what they think, and like you can find it these days because they will do interviews. But I think some people just watch what's on screen and they're like, oh well, that's exactly how it was in real life. You get weird stuff where people, because they haven't stuck exactly to how it went, people start forming opinions about the real life people, and you get all this weirdness where people start hating innocent people, and it's really weird.
I totally get that, and making their mind up on people who they don't know. With the whole documentary with Elisa Lam came out, it is a very sad story. It's very weird, and there's definitely some weird elements to it. However, she was a girl who had bipolar, who was not taking her medication, and had a very horrible incident. However, fucking people on the internet watch these documentaries and think that they actually know the person themselves.
Yeah,
and
after like a few hours worth
dangerous. It's so dangerous. They accused a completely innocent person of putting her in a fucking water tank. Like, it's a dangerous element. Ted Bundy one as well, especially with Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy.
That was horrible.
What are you gonna have the same with Charlie Hunnam playing fucking Ed Gein? I mean, he's a tiny, stinky little troll.
This is the first time I've heard of the Ed Gein one, but does he have grandma issues and he just robs body from the graveyard like in real life?
Mother issues.
Oh, mother issues.
Psycho,
because he didn't actually kill anyone, did he?
He did.
He did. Psycho is directly taken from Gein with the whole mummy issues. Buffalo Bill is the skin.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the finish. Anything where there's been cannibalism or making stuff up. I don't think cannibalism was ever proved, but he had heads in the fridge and stuff like that.
The thing is though, what's probably more interesting is after he gets captured. Not so much the actual what he did. He is an interesting person to like, if you're looking at the psychology side of it, but to have fucking Charlie Hunnam playing him, like, no, it's ridiculous. And God, Ryan Murphy just needs to stop now. Stop.
Well, they've already named the next one they're going to do, the Lizzie Borden.
Now, see, that is interesting because not a lot of people know the Lizzie Borden story, and technically, there's myth to it. It might not have even happened. So that one is quite interesting. But we know Gein got arrested. We know what he did. We know the fact that there was nipple belts found in his house.
So next week on Sammy's serial killer rant.
Sorry, it's so shocking to me how much I've changed on this over the years. It really is, because we were talking about this on Monsters. There was a time we never talked about this.
No.
It was never out in the open that you like true crime. Jesus Christ, you would never admit to people.
Well, you'd maybe watch Unsolved Mysteries and be like, oh, this is really scary type of thing.
Oh, Christ. We still watch that now, the one from the 70s and 80s. It's brilliant.
I think the explosion of the internet and all the different sleuths and stuff, and like people kind of who get off on it and stuff as well.
I know, we all sat there for like 10 plus hours watching Making a Murderer. And it just turned out to be like a whole lot of nothing.
But it made us into professionals, people who knew what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We fucking didn't.
I've just seen the Charlie Hunman thing. And fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Fucking
ridiculous, isn't it?
Isn't he in
He-
Geordie as well,
Yeah,
technically?
County Durham, I
He's-
think. Darlington,
Oh,
or
is
something.
he?
He is from here.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I went to drama school with him.
he's a northern nerd, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Charlie,
It's
what are you doing?
brilliant.
Go back to Pacific Rim, please.
Come on the podcast and explain to us. Actually, that'd be nice.
Just
But-
tell us what's going on.
Muddy.
Tell us why.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
but just to
hey.
just to finalize the talk on Tarantino, like to step away from Tarantino a little bit.
That is what we were here for, wasn't it?
I just want to do a shout because I think this was one of the main things why I wanted to do an episode on Tarantino, because he was such a big part in Tarantino's films. Like a lot of them, is just to basically dedicate this episode to Michael Madsen, who passed away this month. Such a great actor, and I know he's in the film that we're doing next week as well with Sin City, but with his characters portrayed in the way they were, I think he added so much to the movies, and he was in Free Willy as well. So again, kind of going wrong with Free Willy.
He will always and forever be Bud to me.
He's just effortlessly cool. I mean, he might be making a lot of effort, but he's just like he was always way too cool in these movies.
Yeah, he made cool look like piece of piss work, whereas some of us strive to be that cool.
Can't all be like Lee, sorry.
No, we can't. It's such a shame.
So Sammy, what's happening tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're still in Slashoween. We've got 2 episodes left on it. We are doing Dan's pick, The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh.
The original and it's not a remake. It's a meta rebooty majiggy thingy. Yeah. We've got one more episode after this one, and then Slashoween's over with, and I never want to talk about slasher films again. I don't want to be able to pick any films. I just want ideas thrown at us, and I'll say yes, that one. Because clearly my picks aren't great.
You never take my picks.
I couldn't even sell my pick. I couldn't even sell my pick. The thing is, though, you can stand by the films that you watch, and I can't do that apparently.
So that's tomorrow. That goes out at 8 a.m. in the morning, but you can watch it any time. Chris, what have you got planned for Tuesday?
Oh, I've got loads. I'm like a bad smell on Energy Up North. So Tuesday, Top Grumps, we've got Napoleon Dynamite. And then
vote Pedro.
Friday, vote for Pedro. And then on Friday on Anime Club, we're doing Hell's Moving Castle.
Very nice.
Continuing the Ghibli theme.
Very nice.
We are back, aren't we? Are we back?
Yeah,
we're back.
So I'm busy this week too. So in the middle of moving house. Countdown to Doomsday is coming back. We'll be recording we're gonna record our Infinity War episode tomorrow. Tuesday.
Don't do
Monday
that to me.
I have lost track.
Jesus, Jake, I haven't wrote me notes yet.
I've lost track of everything. But yes, and that one's going to be really exciting, and we're going to have to make sure we do it right. I'm still in a bit of a ramshackle setup, but it doesn't mean we can't talk about stuff, does it? So, and the Rumblecast is coming back this week, and we're going to talk about a live wrestling show that me and Sloop were both actually at together, sat next to each other. And we're just going to talk a bit about like that show and what that whole thing's like, and sort of like how to get into local wrestling and what the Northeast scene is like in general, and what you can expect if you want to take the dive into the squared circle.
Very nice. And
awesome.
So I'm sure this week we have a little bit of a surprise for you as well. We got we got 2 invites. That was quite nice. We got invited to go down and to watch a media screening for a new movie that we couldn't attend because we're in the north, and going down London to watch a movie is very difficult, especially when it's premiered at 1 p.m. In the afternoon.
They charge us like 90 quid for a train ticket, man.
But the people who sent us the invite to go to the movie screen understood, and they've sent us a link to watch the movie where the lovely Becca from Women of Nerd Culture has checked out. So she'll be doing her review of the movie. I'm just going to get the movie, what it's called, 40 Acres, which is kind of like a dystopian like in the future movie, which spoilers, she said she enjoyed. So that'll get released. I think the review embargo finishes tomorrow, so we'll probably try and release it on Tuesday or Wednesday during the day sometime. So that'll get released with Becca telling you about the movie she watched. So that'll be quite fun. And it's nice. We're getting few things like they're getting appreciated. And just to say a big thanks to the chat tonight. We've had a lot of different names, a lot of different people. I didn't expect it, so I was kind of like surprised. And again,
been taken aback.
Sammy got shit and was like, "Who's fucking talking shit about this?"
The fucking northerner really came out of us at that point. And also, I don't know if Paul knows, he probably will have, but he hasn't mentioned it. We are over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Hey,
we did it!
Incredible!
Hey! Yeah, over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. Please remember, if you are on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of anything that you watch on the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel. And also, all audio goes up. Well, this one will be up tomorrow, and Monsters will be up tomorrow. And I don't know when Doomsday will be up because we're behind, and I don't know when Chris puts his out.
We'll catch up.
Wednesday, 6 a.m.
But ours goes out for this episode and Monsters tomorrow.
But yeah, so next week is Sin City. We've got Lee, the Yellow Bastard, is joining us.
So weird, I haven't done an episode.
I hope he doesn't show up in like a big prosthetic nose and everything.
we've already like tried to plant seeds. Like, I hope he doesn't do this. Listen.
Shave your head, Lee, and paint yourself yellow. But yeah, so and I think the week after then we're doing childhood trauma as well. So that's got to be interesting. But yeah,
be prepared for
some
cheers.
Films.
just in general.
Well, bear in mind some of the stories that Paul's come out with.
This one time at Bandcamp, I shoved the flute up my arse. But yeah,
I definitely think as well you should try and collect like community, like what
we did say that. We did actually say that. So that.
I know this isn't something that I don't think any of us, maybe like Chris, but there's some kind of weird thumb people in the Spy Kids movie that traumatized lots of people apparently. And you should maybe try and dig into that whole thing.
We'll get some posts out so we can start gathering some information from the Discord, from the Nerdy Up North community on Facebook. Because it'll be interesting to hear other people's and see if they match our level of trauma.
Well, no, I think it's generational because I think there must be a certain age where it's like your brain is primed to like go into imagination overload. Because I think mine was like Ghostbusters 2, like all the horrible like slime stuff, like where the bath comes to life and crap like that, and stealing babies. That was always something that got me.
Oh wow!
I think we're disturbing Chris just now. We're looking at his face.
No, I'm just thinking because my auntie used to tell me stories like because she used to live in a place called Pilo, and she was just like, if you're in the dark and you go to the streets by yourself, if you hear a certain noise, there's someone that comes after you and starts eating you. And I'm sure I was like 11, and I was like, oh shit, I know, I've got loads of stories like that. Jeez, I don't think she liked us.
You've never got off the metro there then?
I've been lost in Pilar before.
Seems scary.
Jesus, I'm glad I didn't get eaten. Also, Lee, go and fuck off.
And on that note, same bat time, same bat channel.
Stay nerdy, everyone. Bye.
Bye.